Hi guys, welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. So I have heard this theory multiple times in my Etsy journey, which is to put $5 a day into Etsy ads for 30 days straight to see your store get multiple orders within that 30-day time period. So I decided to put this theory to the test, and I actually invested $5 a day on Etsy ads for 30 days. And honestly, I did not look at my Etsy ad results because I wanted to run it through the course of 30 days and not look at the numbers and maybe cancel out of my Etsy ads. I wanted to see if this theory really worked and if I would see orders at the end of 30 days on my Etsy ads. So I will say I did make a video about this previously, and that was, are Etsy ads worth it? And in that video, a lot of people commented and said they didn't agree with my opinion on Etsy ads. And to be quite honest, I've ran Etsy ads in the past and have not had much success with them. So I wanted to give Etsy ads another go and give them the benefit of the doubt that maybe they do work and maybe they are worth it. So at the end of this video, you guys will see if my opinion on Etsy ads has changed. Now, if you guys haven't seen my last video, you guys can watch that too. But this is my updated opinion on Etsy ads as far as that goes. And the results of my 30-day $5 Etsy ad campaign may surprise you, and especially my new opinion, if I do have a new opinion, by the end of this video may surprise you as well. So stick around for the full video. But before we get into that video, if you guys haven't noticed already, I got engaged in the past week. And this is such an exciting announcement. Me and my boyfriend have been together for the past 2 years, and we've went through a lot in our relationship. We met during the pandemic, and that's something I don't share on my channel too much, is my personal life outside of Etsy and print on demand and all that I do on YouTube. He lived in Chicago, I lived in Indiana. We met online. It was very, very tough to hang out because we couldn't really hang out due to all of COVID-19 and things that could affect him. He had asthma, and I didn't want to maybe accidentally bring COVID to him since I worked at the hospital at the time. So there was just a lot of tough times, and I know a lot of people dating during that time had the same experiences. And some of the things that when we first started dating we couldn't do. We couldn't go on a date like most couples when we first started dating, and our first date was actually playing Monopoly in his apartment. So it's just crazy that we're here now, and I'm so excited to spend the rest of my life with him. So besides all the cheesy stuff of this video, and I'm gonna insert the video of the proposal here, we actually went to San Diego. This was a gift for my mom for Mother's Day, and I took her on a surprise trip to San Diego last week. This video is going to be posted a month after because my video schedule for YouTube is a few weeks ahead of time, just in case I'm sick or I have a surgery or I need to take a month off or a few weeks off, anything like that. So if you guys ever see these videos and it's a little bit outdated, that's why. But we took my mom on a trip to San Diego for Mother's Day, and during that time we went to the San Diego Zoo, we went to Balboa Park, we went to the historical gas lamp area of downtown San Diego, and we did so many incredible things in that 1 week alone. And one of the best moments was when we went to Red Butte in Torrey Pines. Torrey Pines, if you haven't been there already, it is a beautiful hiking area. And my boyfriend Tyler took me up to the Red Butte, which is a rock that you can stand on. And I thought we were just taking pictures, but then he went on one knee and proposed to me on the Red Butte. So it was just such a beautiful moment that I got to share with my mom, and we got to at least record for Tyler's family and all of our family to see as well. So I'm super excited because now I'm planning a wedding, and it's just such an exciting moment in our lives that, you know, this miracle happened, and after the pandemic and everything that came with it, beautiful things still came out of all that was the pandemic, that I met my fiance now. So super exciting, but we're gonna get into the video here, and I will see you guys in a moment. So guys, in April, I decided to start $5 Etsy ads every single day for 30 days. And my first day of the campaign was April 3rd, and I ran it up to May 3rd. And I'm actually still running Etsy ads as we speak, but don't tell anyone. I still have my Etsy ads running because I forgot to turn them off. So that's why, guys. That's essentially why. Anyways, we're gonna hop onto my laptop and I'm going to go over some key takeaways from this 30-day case study. Now, the one thing I did want to mention out of this case study, as you guys can see as I'm going through my order totals, for 15 out of the 30 days running Etsy ads, I had 0 sales. I had 0 sales, guys, out of 15 of the 30 days. Now, what I do want to mention is you really need to look at the whole picture of how much profit and revenue I've made within 30 days rather than just the amount of money I didn't make during 15 of the 30 days. So this is something to consider is when you're running Etsy ads, it depends on the niche you're in, the season you're in, and what's going on in the world that maybe you're not getting any sales during a certain time period. So one of the other things I did want to mention is that 5 out of the 14 purchases that I received, there was something else that the customer found and purchased from my store rather than the item they originally clicked on. And that was interesting to me as well. On top of that, I had a 3.7% conversion rate out of my 377 ad clicks. And the way you can calculate your conversion rate is your ad clicks divided by the amount of orders that you received during the time period that you ran your ads. So come to find out, I had a 3.7% conversion rate out of all of my ads that I ran during that time period. So that was another interesting find out of this case study. And out of my 14 orders, I had one purchase that had multiple items ordered underneath that one purchase. So they only purchased 2 items in that specific order, but I found that interesting as far as my case study goes. And that's one of the goals that I have, especially when I'm running ads. If you're spending a certain amount of money on ads, you want to have multiple items purchased because that means that you're getting a profit at the end of the day out of your ad spend. So that is a good sign. However, I only had one of those purchases, and that's a little bit disheartening, but at least I got a purchase. So that's the light at the end of the tunnel for you guys. So guys, now we're gonna look at my statistics specifically. I'm gonna kind of run through some things that I found interesting during this 30-day $5 Etsy ad campaign. So what is very interesting is, of course, I had 30,000 in ad views, and out of that 30,000, I had 377 ad clicks. Now, the orders from my ads was 14, and one of the reasons why I said earlier why I was so happy I didn't look at my ad campaign as I was running it was because the first half of the ad campaign was actually where I didn't get really any sales at all. So for the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the first 8 days that I ran this ad campaign, I didn't get any sales at all. And that's $40 I spent in ads. And basically I saw no return from my ad spend for the first 8 days. So as you guys can see, then my ads started picking up and I started getting 1 or 2 sales here or there. Then I went through another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days where I had no sales again. So if I looked at my ads within the first 15 days of my campaign, I probably would have cut my ad campaign completely. But I'm happy I didn't, because as you guys can see, the other half of my ad campaign, the remaining 15 days, I actually had way more orders and I had multiple order days. So 1 order, 2 orders, 3 orders, 4, 5, 6 orders, 7, 8, 9 orders, 10 orders. So in the second half of the time that I ran my ads, I had 9 orders or 10 orders within that time frame. So with that being said, I think the Etsy ads really started working for me by the end of the 30-day campaign. And now I can kind of begin to see why people say, hey, you should run Etsy ads for 30 days and not just cut your ads early, because you could see sales at the second half of your ads running, because that's just the Etsy algorithm getting to know how to advertise your ads correctly to your customers and finding what customers and what Etsy listings that you you should be spending more money on your ads. And I think that's really worth your guys' while to use the Etsy ads as far as that goes, and try to test out your own store, especially if you're a new store on Etsy. I think if you know what items are high demand and what can really sell, I would suggest maybe putting your $5 a day on those ads. And you can switch up what listings you want to advertise. You don't have to advertise all the items in your shop. You can always advertise only a few listings as well. As you guys can see, in the 30 days on Etsy, I did spend $154.99 on ads, which is quite interesting as well. And the revenue I got from my ad campaigns was $507.19. And as you guys can see, the day I had 3 orders, I made $116.62 on Etsy ads. And again, I only spent $5 on ads that day. So that's pretty interesting as far as that goes. But as you guys can see, for the first 8 days I ran the campaign, I got 0 sales. So these 3 sales basically just balances out the days I didn't receive any sales at all. And we're going to go over profits and losses at the end of this as well, but just showing you guys that you may have a day that you get multiple sales, but if you look over it in total, you'll see that really I balanced out the amount of profit and how much I spent on ads during this whole campaign. However, we're going to go into specifics in just a little bit here, guys. So guys, in this portion of the video, I wanted to go over the specifics of what I sold and my profit versus loss, and basically, did I make a profit at the end of this? Did I lose money at the end of this? That's what we're gonna go over next in specific. As you guys saw, I had 14 orders total, and the minimum amount of profit I made per order was $5. So with that being said, let's say I sold a very low profit margin item out of all of my 14 items, then I would have saw a loss of money during this ad campaign. However, what I wanted to say during this is, luckily, I sell a higher profit margin item for most of my items in my Etsy store. I sell specifically crew neck sweatshirts and long sleeve t-shirts. So during this ad campaign, that's what I primarily focused on, because I knew if I advertised just t-shirts alone, that would not get me a profit at the end of the day, because that's such a low profit margin item. So guys, for the rest of this video, I'm gonna swap around where my camera is because the lighting is not being nice right now, and I am not a fan of this. I'm not a fan of this lighting. Alrighty guys, so sorry for that brief hold. So I wanted to go over profit versus loss at the very end of this video and go over the exact numbers and what I made at the end of this 30-day Etsy case study. So I sold a total of 11 crew necks during this time. And by the way, I'm going to be looking to my side only because I have my statistics to the side, but we're going to put it on the screen just to my side as well here. I sold 11 crew necks, and generally with crew neck sales, I make a profit at minimum after the production fees, Etsy seller fees, shipping, and everything that has to do with all the fees that are taken out during my sales process. I make about $15 in profit per sweatshirt sale. So 11 crew neck sweatshirts times $15 at minimum for profit. We're looking at $165 I made on the 11 crew necks I sold during this time. On top of that, I sold 2 long sleeve t-shirts, which was a $10 profit at minimum again. And then I sold 1 Bella and Canvas 3001 t-shirt that, again, after all of the fees that are taken out, production fees, Etsy seller fees, the transaction fee, all of that is $7 profit. So all of that combined is $182 profit before we take out the ad fees. So I spent, again, $154.99 on ads. So $182 subtracted by $154.99 gives me a profit of $27.01, guys. So after 30 days running the $5 Etsy ads, I made $27.01 off of this Etsy ad campaign. And one thing I did want to mention, and a few factors that can really affect your sales during a campaign is, first of all, the type of niche that you sell in. There's certain niches that just don't sell during certain times of the year. And on top of that, if you're selling seasonal items and other things like that, you may actually see more sales if you advertise at the correct seasons when certain niches really sell. One of the niches that I'm currently in when I was running this ad campaign, this is actually one of its highest seasons and the season that you can make the most profit in as far as Etsy ads goes. It's funny because there's a neighbor that their window is right above my window and they're looking down at me right now. I feel very judged, very judged. But for the purpose of lighting in this video, I am not going to end my video because someone is staring at me. So we're going to continue here, guys. We're going to continue. I also wanted to show you guys my statistics for this time period as well. So from April 3rd to May 3rd, I had 455 orders in total, and that is including the orders I received through my advertised listings. I had a total of $18,201.50 in revenue in this specific time period as well. So if we were to divide those 14 orders by the 455 orders that I sold during this time period, then that is 3% of my total order volume for this time period. So that means that the Etsy ads did increase my order volume by 3%. So that's pretty interesting as far as that all goes. However, could I go without 3% of increased order volumes? Probably. However, if I were a new Etsy store, I think this would be really great for any Etsy store as far as that goes. So guys, at the end of this video, you may be wondering, are Etsy ads worth it? My answer to all of this at the very end, and what you guys may be wondering since the very beginning, is has Heather's opinion changed? And this case study has actually changed my opinion on Etsy ads. I actually would suggest Etsy ads if you are selling high profit margin items, guys. I would not ever suggest it to someone who's selling low profit margin items. And one of the reasons why is because low profit margin items can actually get you to a negative and loss of profit if you were to run this ad campaign. A great example of that is if I made $7 profit with the Bella on Canvas 3001 instead of selling crew necks as a majority of my orders during this time, then I think I would have seen a loss of profit. So I would have came out with $140 in profit. And since my ad spend was $154.99, then I would have lost $15 easily by running this ad campaign on only t-shirts alone. So that's exactly why I would suggest running ad campaigns on higher profit margin items for this specific reason, because you don't want to lose money at the end of the day doing these ad campaigns. I will say though, getting sales to begin with for a new Etsy store is a huge pro, and you really want to see those sales come in, especially when you're a newer store. So sometimes running ad campaigns when you first begin on Etsy could help you kind of boost your sales so you can get your store really going. However, you don't want to base all of your Etsy revenue on ads. Etsy is a organic traffic machine, and I've said this multiple times on my YouTube channel, but you really don't need ads. You don't need to pay for traffic to come to your website. There's so many other options out there to get free organic traffic. I do want to mention that most of my Etsy store's traffic is from organic traffic, guys. And if you guys haven't seen my last few videos on this channel, I go over on how I personally optimize my SEO titles and tags. On top of that, below in the links in the description, I have a free Etsy plus print on demand course, and you guys can take that and really learn the tools to succeed with Etsy and getting your items out there and people actually buying items. With that being said, I do have a free masterclass that you guys can sign up for, where I go over a live webinar on how to create a 5 to 6 figure Etsy store with print on demand. So if you guys are interested in that, definitely sign up below. I host this webinar once or twice a month. So if you guys may have missed the last webinar, there will be one coming soon as well, and you will at least sign up for the wait list for my next webinar soon to air. If I were to go back in time and maybe suggest Etsy ads to my past self, I would have told my past self to find very high profit margin items to add my ads on top of, and I would only advertise my higher profit margin items on Etsy. I would never suggest to my old self to advertise on t-shirts alone, or maybe stickers, maybe prints that really you don't get over $10 in profit margin of. And I would suggest only to use ads on profit margin products of $15 plus. So guys, at the end of this video, don't forget to subscribe, comment down below with any questions that you guys may have. Don't forget to check out my free content that I have in my description, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Don't forget to stick around for my blooper reel, guys. See ya. Because we met in March, or not March. So guys, as my head's clipped off, we're gonna redo this. Oh. Okay. Today, I wanted to put Etsy ads to the test because in my last video, if you guys, oh my God, there is a gigantic, gross bug that I'm going to squash. You guys want to see it? I hope I can get it in the shot. Ew. Ew, ew, ew. Oh gosh, it went away. Where did it go? Ew. Ew, ew, ew. Well, see that? That is the remnants of a bug I did kill previously. And I keep its squished body on my wall just to scare away the other bugs. But I am really grossed out right now. And I do not want that bug to live. So we're going to go on a hunt for a moment. We'll stop recording. Sorry for this interruption.